Hello folks, and hope you're having a good day as usual. Now, tank stance dancing was completely removed in Shadowbringers, opting for a single stance with no damage penalty. However, did tank stance dancing actually exist in the past as a big system, and was it actually any good? Let's have a chat about that and see where we end up. Warrior historically was the only tank that could weave in between stances with an off-global cooldown, which made it flow well for dealing with mechanics and trying out various comfort levels within retrospective content. Warrior was the main tank who did most of the pulling due to its ability to dynamically change stances without costing a GCD. Hit him with the pointy end for a GCD or two and then swap to damage stance, you were pretty much sorted then for the fight. In comparison, the Paladin cost to change between Sword Oath and Shield Oath costed a whole GCD, which I found disruptive and the complete opposite to the advantages of the Warrior stance swap. It also got to the point where Paladins were advocating to not change to Sword Oath, but instead disable Sword Oath, Shield Oath even, which at the time didn't cost a GCD. Now, when you're advocating for optimizations like that to avoid a GCD cost, it's easy to see why we've gotten to this point in Shadowbringers and the rationale behind it. Overall, it was a mess, some tanks being god awful at it and some being good. There was no streamlined consistency at all with the damage and defensive stance system. Now for myself, one of the fights where stance dancing felt good on Warrior was in A4S Gordias, specifically the last phase. Yes, this fight was a clusterfuck in general, but I want to focus purely on the ad in the last phase and how most warriors would deal with it. This ad was named Strafdol, and it came with a heavy hitting cleave which had no cast bar. Most warriors would stance dance into Defiance at the Carnage cast bar. They would prep a snap aggro combo before activating Unchained. Unchained at the time was a buff which mitigated against the damage penalty of Defiance. This added mitigation and effective damage for the ad, especially as the Strafdol had a 38-second mana enrage, which would considerably drain the party's mana after the timer was up. There were 2 rounds of Strafdol spawns, in which Unchained would be back up for, so it formed this pretty cool sequence of stance dancing for a mechanic and prepping a snap aggro combo in order to pick it up. This was one of the first times I had experienced some stance dancing in relation to progression mechanics. When I ask did it really exist, I refer back to the many comments I recall seeing in the community, stating that defensive stances were used to build some initial threat before swapping and remaining in damage stance for the rest of the fight. So were we actually stance dancing through content outside of special exceptions, and was it a system that was truly being utilised as intended? So what do you folks think? So I have 2 questions for you. Tank stance dancing, was it ever truly a thing? And number 2, do you agree or disagree with the removal of tank stance dancing in Shadowbringers? Share your thoughts below in the comments and I look forward to hearing them. So what are my thoughts on the topic? Well, the removal of tank stance dancing was a good design decision due to the fact that it never really was balanced across the board. Yeah, Warrior had the most potential for it, but tanks such as Paladin suffered, whilst Dark Knight was a bit in between. I share the opinion that stance dancing was hidden under the veil of pull it in tank stance to build aggro, then swap to do damage for most of the fight, which certainly aligns with my historical experiences of playing tank. The removal streamlines the system and reduces conflict between players. I do believe we need other aspects of tanking to be brought up in skill floor, which you can find my opinion on in the Warrior Identity video and the Threat Management video via the top right button of this YouTube window. With that being said, I have started to post polls on my YouTube community page to bring up future videos, so go ahead and vote in them with an upcoming topic is approaching. I'll usually post a poll a few days or weeks before the video. Right now, we are voting on theories regarding the next Ultimate, which we can have a chat about this weekend as a interim video. As usual, my videos are every Tuesday as a minimum. I have a fair share of videos I want to do over the next few months, but I am always looking for ideas, so keep your eyes peeled out for the next poll. For now, I am out.